Last night, Marco sacked his first chef.
Anthea, you are cooking in Hell's Kitchen tomorrow night.
Thank you, Marco.
Jodie was sacked because he refused to be a team player.
Jodie's gone.
What? It's Marco's kitchen.
I was surprised it wasn't me.
Tonight, Marco's putting them in charge.
Stay focused, disciplined, and push on no matter what happens.
A little bit nervous about doing Marco's job.
Right, you do it.
Danielle, I want you to do the first ticking. Grant, send this table.
Imagine Grant as your leader.
Mildly shouting at my wife.
Is something wrong in their marriage?
Scream at them.
Bruce, 2 minutes to one. More plates, please.
One table.
Everybody was shouting. Where's my turban?
It was a daunting task.
Tim, over here, please.
I don't think I've got what it takes.
Linda, you are in charge.
Table 3 awaits you. Come on. Where's my crab?
This is a way.
Scream at them, Anthea.
Don't need to shout.
I didn't do as much shouting as Marco does.
Anthea Turner gets on my...
Hello and welcome to Hell's Kitchen, where the sackings have begun and Jodie was the first to go. Marco made his decision and Jodie was off. He barely even stopped for a chat with me. The 7 remaining celebrities were left shell-shocked, especially Anthea. Was it her narrow escape or was it listening to Marco for 3 hours? Judge for yourself.
Anthea, you are cooking in Hell's Kitchen tomorrow night. Go upstairs.
Thank you, Marco. Being saved from sacking did give me a bit of a confidence boost, I have to admit. In many ways, it's sort of restored my faith in Marco, and that he might have just recognised something in me that was worth holding on to.
This is going to come as a big surprise to you.
What?
Jodie's gone.
Who?
Jodie?
No, Marco sacked him.
What?
Oh, there you go.
It's Marco's kitchen. We came here because of Marco, and I think whatever he decides is what is.
Hey, dear, nice telly programme.
My dear.
Oh,
My dear.
little baby, you all right?
Oh.
It was a bit of a shock when Anthea came through. I thought she was for the chop. And I think she did too.
I know.
I absolutely thought that I was going. I was surprised that it was Jodie and it wasn't me.
I thought it was the fair decision that Anthea should stay because at the end of the day she worked harder than Jodie.
Tomorrow we just start again.
Sweetheart, well done, because that wasn't nice. It wasn't good.
No,
It
you spoke
wasn't
your
nice.
truth. It's hard for women to speak their truth. It's hard. That's beautiful.
Sunday today.
Sunday, oh yeah, lovely Sunday morning. Nice lazy Sunday morning.
I have to be honest that not having Jodie here, it is calmer.
I do actually really miss his energy.
I know, and me.
I never thought I'd say that because he was so hyper.
I know.
You sort of miss the chaos, if you like, that comes with him. I don't think the older ones miss him at all.
Aid is now going to take on Jodie's personality.
All right, mate. Yeah, yes, Marco!
Where's the camera when you need it?
God, it's quite tiring being him.
It is tiring being Jodie. Now you see why he didn't do any work. But for the chefs, life goes on, and that meant another of Marco's daily missions. In this one, he wanted the celebrities to treat him to something they remembered from their childhoods, which, in my case, was piles of homework, a trainer bra and braces.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh dear.
Look at that.
Wiggly.
Why they wanted a picture.
They are so mean.
No.
Oh, no. Oh.
Let's have a look.
Grant, did you used to have ginger hair?
No.
Long ginger hair?
It's weird, Grant's photo. It looks exactly like him. And he had ginger hair. So what does he do? Is he dyeing it?
Right. Anthea.
Yeah, sorry.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I want you to take a moment and think back to your childhood. Remember the smells and the flavours. Then I want you each to create a dish that tells me something about you growing up. And remember, a tree without roots.
It's just a piece of wood.
You have 45 minutes from the moment you enter the kitchen.
Today's mission was about them giving me a little insight into their world, the world that they came from. I wanted to be sitting at their table when they were that young person and seeing where their influence comes from, seeing where their palate was born out of.
Something smells good.
It's Bruce's chicken feet.
Ah.
The chicken's feet I decided to do because that is what's the norm in Africa. The Africans buy something that's quite nutritious and the cheapest.
They're just tin pilchards.
They're tin what?
Pilchards. Pilchards within the sardine family. I made a pilchard and tomato paste sandwich. The 60s sandwich was a doddle to make. That was the whole point of 60s sandwiches. It was a time of low cuisine, not haute cuisine.
What are they then? Dumplings?
Yeah, they're not very good attempts at bloody dumplings.
My gran makes the baddest fried dumpling. They're like really nice and soft and fluffy. Nothing like the dumplings that I made today. Do you know what? Looking at it now, it doesn't look that bad as it did when I was a kid. I did stuffed peppers. I can remember my brothers, as soon as we walked through the door from school, we'd smell the peppers. And we'd sort of go, oh no, it's peppers tonight.
How do you like this bloody thing?
Oh, 1 second. Put this one on.
How do you like this one? I presume it was on. Bollocks.
It was weird this morning when the challenge happened because for once, Grant and Anthea went to different stations. There's something wrong in their marriage.
It'll heat up quicker with the lid on it. Right, you get everything else
Is that
ready?
technical, woman? I am ready. I was getting a bit fractious. I actually remember mildly shouting at my wife.
Wait, no, Andy, I
I'll
need
put
the
it all
vinegar.
out there.
I need the vinegar.
Okay.
Leave it there.
Yes. 30 seconds.
Get me some salt, Auntie, please.
Everybody's put their picture, like, behind their meal.
Different.
OK.
Still to come. It all gets too much for Bruce.
This is what my mother's houseboy used to cook us when we came home from school. He was like a father.
And Marco throws the celebs in at the deep end.
Your stomach tightens and twists. You start to perspire.
Welcome back to Hell's Kitchen. I'm with the very gorgeous Amanda Holden and Piers Morgan. No, I think he's not gorgeous either. Even the most delicious. Guys, you know I can sing like Elaine Page.
Can you?
I'm kidding. Your show is brilliant. But we're here to talk about Marco. How was your food tonight, Amanda? Have you had a lovely time?
Do you know what? I have to say, my asparagus was steamed to perfection.
Good.
It was ripe and crunchy, just enough crunch, and the hollandaise sauce was gorgeous, and the tuna was gorgeously rare. I like it pink in the middle and a bit moist. Perfect.
Don't we all? Let me ask you, Piers, you've known Marco for a long time. He's one of your great friends. The guys in there, they're getting competitive. They want to win. What's the best way to deal with Marco? Is it to stand up to him?
Definitely. You've got to go up to him, grab his Yasser Arafat scarf, rip it off his head and say, you, Rambo, and me, outside.
Do you think that's the way?
No, that's suicide. And then he'll kill you.
It's great telly.
I need to find out your favourites. Who's your favourite?
I love Linda Evans. I think she's so sweet and so lovely, and I always think it's the kind of sweet, gorgeous people that are kind of understated in shows that tend to win these things. The people that make themselves big personalities tend to be hated, so I think she stands a good chance. Although I'm really fond of Anthea Turner.
I know.
I am just like her.